Yeah, thank you, Deborah. Oh, you're watching it in the theater room, huh? The first question is, could this have been a quid pro quo, with the Idaho 4 case? I mean, yes, I do believe this could have been a quid pro quo, but exactly with who? With the prosecution or with the defense? That's the best question to ask. Uh, I mean, because if you look at it, you have the victims' families. They've been wanting, uh, the death penalty for the longest time, but you have a prosecutor who pushed for the death penalty in this case, but at the same time, he was opposed to the death penalty. And did with the addition of Judge, now I call him Prickler. With the addition of Judge Prickler, could he have pushed the defense into a corner to where the only way out was a plea deal? Um, Absolutely. Yeah, he could have pushed them into the corner by, let's just say, denying all their emotions, because deep in the back of his mind, he already had his his mind made up on the innocence of Brian. He didn't think he was innocent, so uh, he pushed them into a plea deal. Okay. If a small town in Canton, Massachusetts, can frame support a frame of Karen Reed, there should be no problem believing a whole college town would keep silent. Exactly, Phyllis. Exactly. Exactly. If Kaylee was a victim by attendance, then why did she get the worst of it? I honestly believe that this was a crime of passion. I mean, you can't change my mind on that because I mean, if you look at it, she had just broken up with Jack D, like what, 3 weeks before the homicides. So that, and even the mayor of Moscow stated that this could have been a crime of passion. Hey, Alyssa, how you? Uh, I'm sorry, ask Alyssa. Well, I mean, yes, exactly, Deborah. I mean, this could have been a crime of passion because I cannot see someone with a PhD, going for their PhD, committing this crime where there's six people in the house and them going into the house not knowing if someone was asleep or awake or okay, sorry. Because I mean, you have one lone person going into a house with six college students, and you're walking into a house. They say at 4 something in the morning, and you not knowing that if they're asleep or awake because they just got back from the bar around 2. Hey, Christine, and that just don't make no sense to me. Why would one person go into a house with six people not knowing if they're asleep or awake? And then us hearing that one of them was awake and on TikTok uh, and had a DoorDash. And I'm sorry, that kind of rules a one person scenario out. Yes, Phyllis, exactly. The town wouldn't support a crime of passion cover up for frat boys. Not this. No, this is much bigger. Yes, I agree with you. Because if you actually think about it and look at it, the the frat house, the Sigma Chi house, sets right straight across the street from 1122, across from Banfield. So whoever did this, whoever the perpetrators are, could have easily accessed the home without even getting caught on the 1112 doorbell cam, because the 1112 doorbell cam points in a different direction. Yes, that's it, Lisa. That town is full of skeletons. Yeah, as much, much of the documents that I have read, yeah, I still have not seen any concrete proof that the person that they are blaming is the person that did it. Yeah, I think the property is a possibility. Very well could be, because I mean, in the beginning, did they not say that they don't know what was the target, if it was the house or the people that lived in it? But at the same time, they're trying to push this narrative that this one person did it, and there has been no connection of him to the home. There's been no connection to the victims, and there was no connection or evidence of stalking. Yeah, Rugg, frats, crime of passion, and Ruggs, in my opinion, just my opinion, university can't have this reported. They would lose money. Just my opinion. And that's exactly it. Yeah, I agree with you, Christine. They would lose money if they found out the frats were involved. Yes, I agree with you. BK not involved. Yeah, and they were talking, I know, for a while about building student housing where the house once sat, and then they talked about turning it into a healing garden, and there's just a bunch of stuff that we're not being told, and they want us to believe their bullshit narrative. Yes, exactly, Christine. The whole town would go under, because if you look at it, Christine, if you actually look at it, when college is not in session, that town is basically a ghost town. The college is the only thing that's keeping that town going. But because when you have the kids in school, the population is like 23,000 or 25,000, something like that. And then during the summer, when the kids are away or the kids are at home, there's really not very many people in town. I'd say maybe like 5,000-6,000, if that. When when the kids are not in town. The university, stores, restaurants, housing would go under, all of it. Yes, exactly. Uh, do you all think the possibility that BK, well, do you all think that BK possibly is undercover or just totally the fall guy? Um, I mean, he could be undercover, Lisa, but at the same time, I think he's the fall guy. I think the university and the Moscow police department is covering up the real perpetrator. There is such a generational curse in that one horse town. It's like they're all subliminally implemented. Hey, very good question there. Yeah, I think so too. Yep. Yeah, because I mean, you have like Scott Green, who I don't trust as far as I can throw him. Yep, Greek life. They did not want the families of the victims putting up reward posters around the campus because they didn't want it to affect rush week, because a lot of the victims' families wanted to put up reward posters for the perpetrator. Scott Green told him no, because he didn't want it to affect rush week. That's all the U of I cares about, is their Greek life. Because if you've noticed, like from day one of this crime happening, the university has done its best to distance itself from the house, from the victims. They kept saying they're off campus home, they're off campus home, they're off campus home. And you had the victims' families, they didn't want the house torn down. It was Scott Green who wanted the house torn down for collective healing of the community. So exactly what is the university trying to hide? Massachusetts is a college state. We are surrounded by colleges and huge money. I don't know what it is with all these with these universities and sororities, where the universities protect the fraternities, the sororities. I mean, because if you look at the night of the alcohol ban stop, you could catch like 4 or 5 people running away from the vicinity of the home at about 3:12 in the morning. But yet, we keep getting told there's nothing to see here. Hi, Christina. Yeah, we keep getting told there's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see here. But yet they want us to believe this spoon-fed, made up media narrative. Yes, exactly, Christine. It goes further up the chain. Big money Illuminati, just my opinion. And I mean, if you look at it, you have the Gonzalez family coming out with that post a couple of days ago, wanting us all to stop looking at the documents. I think there was another reason why they covered it up, was because they were already under surveillance. That whole entire neighborhood, that whole place, it happened under their noses. Yes, exactly, Lisa. I'm going to say this, and I have been vetted to say this. Comer Scott Green is the mastermind behind this travesty. Well, very well possibly is behind this travesty. I didn't know that he was a part of one of the sororities that was there on campus. Always good to see you, Christina. Yep. Illuminati money herd the sheep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, who was the one that wanted the house torn down? It was Scott Green. Going against what the wishes of the victims' family members, it was Scott Green who wanted the house torn down for collective healing. Now, I know Ann Taylor and Bill Thompson both signed off on the house being torn down, because they said that they got all that they needed out of it. But you still could have left that house standing in case there was a trial, unless there wasn't going to be a trial, and Bill Thompson lied to the victims' family members about the death penalty, how he wanted to push for it, but at the same time he didn't believe in it. So why wait 3 years and go through all of this stuff, and then just at like the last minute, oh yeah, we're going for a plea deal. Yeah, lots of cases right now. You don't think it was ever supposed to go to trial? I mean, I kind of agree with you right there. If you look at exactly who they had as a judge in Ada County, you had Scott. Yeah, you had Judge Prickler as a judge, and he didn't even want this case in his courtroom because if you remember, his exact words were, "I would say it's happy to meet you, but I wouldn't want to tell a half truth." So that right there told me that he didn't want no part of this trial. Especially, I've never heard a judge in my entire life say, "Well, maybe your defendant shouldn't have left his DNA at the crime scene." Yeah, evil is here and it's going to surface soon. Hitler was put there on purpose to make sure he got no defense at all. And I thoroughly believe that, Christina. I really do. I think he was put there. Um, yeah, I think he was put there to make sure that this case never went to trial. Hey, Phyllis Special. That's what I honestly believe. I honestly believe that he was put in that position to stop this man from going to trial and for the truth to come out. They're going to build a healing garden. They didn't. They built it elsewhere because that property is worth money. Yep, it's worth about almost $500,000. You know, no matter the days or times, one fact always remains the true. That's the golden rule. The man that has the gold makes the rules. Exactly, Lisa. Okay, cool. Are they on their way? The true reason, okay. The true reason Judge John Judge finally woke up and found out what was going on. Uh, so he did not want the blood of an innocent young man that paid the price. Exactly. He didn't want the blood of this man on his hands. And I kind of wish it would have stayed in Latah, but I knew it wasn't going to stay in Latah. Yeah, there was something telling me that this was set up to go to Ada County or a change of venue. Because if you look at it, as soon as it got moved to Ada County, Judge Judge wrote a letter basically retiring, and it dropped it in Judge Prickler's lap. Yeah, I call him Prickler. But I mean, if you look at it, this this trial was doomed from day one. I knew as soon as it got in Prickler's court, it was doomed. Like they didn't want him uh, going to trial. They didn't want the truth coming out. They wanted their mainstream media BS just kept going. Yes, he should be disbarred. He didn't want to take this case. He said it. Just my opinion, ridiculous. Exactly, uh, Christine. Exactly. He didn't want this case. Yeah. Good evening, Robert. Struggled with your name. What an idiot. LOL. I did too. Yeah, I did too, Robert. It's Lisa backwards. I think she's nice, really nice. Yeah, I know she's really nice. Okie dokie, Christina. And I'm sorry I butchered your name, Lisa. I mean, if you look at it, uh, you have Judge Stephen Prickler. I cannot stand that judge. I cannot stand him at all. The way he talked to Brian. You had your 15 minutes of fame the day he was sentenced. And then you have who was it? Olivia calling him all those names, and you had Steve turning around the podium to face him, and then you had all the clapping and whooping and hollering. That was a kangaroo court that day, and I think that judge runs a kangaroo court. Yeah, I honestly do. I think he runs a kangaroo court. That's what I honestly believe, guys. I believe Judge Hippler is the worst judge ever to sit on the bench. I believe that he railroaded Brian into taking this plea, or actually, basically, uh, railroading his defense attorneys to the point where he couldn't properly defend himself, and that's why he took the plea. Because every motion denied every motion. He pushed Ann Taylor into a corner to where the only way out was a plea deal. Judge Hippler was truly intimidated by Ann Taylor because he would test her because she had intel. Hippler's pockets were being packed full of money. Exactly, Deborah. Exactly, Deborah Lynn. He is a seven wonder of the world, if you ask me. Well, which seven wonder, Lisa? He's a seven wonder of the world. Well, in my book, he gets jackass of the year. He is a pointed ear alien, in my opinion. Exactly. You can't even figure it out. Yep. And then you have sorry, I didn't mean to cough. Meaning, I've never seen nothing like it. Yeah, Lisa, I totally agree with you. I honestly do. I agree with you. And then you have Christy Gonzalez out here telling us all that we need to stop looking through the documents. That we need our heads checked. Well, exactly. Why should we stop looking for the documents? What are you trying to hide? Who are you trying to hide? And it just makes me think you have Jack D named as number one suspect around the same time that they were defending him, and he couldn't do no wrong. Hey, Leslie and Billy. She wants us to stop because of because of this lawsuit. That whole entire courtroom, I mean, think about it. The Gonzalez acted in the courtroom in what state anywhere can you show out like that in a court of law? Exactly, Lisa, exactly. What state is going to let you hoop and holler and clap? A normal judge would not allow that in his courtroom. He would bang his gavel and want decorum, but no, not in Judge Hippler's uh, courtroom. He allowed them to hoop and holler and clap and call the defendant names and Olivia Gonzalez said, if you wouldn't have snuck into my sister's room at night, my sister would have kicked your ass. Like, seriously, what the hell? Yes, Christina, the number one rule in any court I've been is no outburst. I would say Christy is trying to cover her ass, but that would require a bigger cover up than this whole case. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I mean, there's stuff in this case. There's stuff in this case that I scratch my head at night and go, "What the fuck?" I honestly do. There's nights I'm sitting here in my computer chair watching TV, thinking, like, "What the fuck did I just see?" Or "What the fuck did I just read?" This case drives me nuts. It really does. It drives me nuts. Elemento, Levitt, Phyllis, case solved. Done. I quit. You nailed it. They don't want the truth to come out. They want the 100 million. Oh, it's more than that, Christina. They've upped the ante on the lawsuit. It's now 400 million. Think of how much hatred that has been triggered by this case alone. Exactly, Phyllis. Exactly. I mean, it's sad. I have the lawsuit paperwork pulled up. Do you guys want to go through it during this live, or do you want to wait till my live tomorrow to go through it? Yeah, 100 million for each family. Yeah. Okay, you're saying now? Okay. Can you guys see it okay? Steve Gonzalez as a personal representative for the estate of Kaylee Jade Gonzalez. Well, wait, where's Christy at? That's just that's just Steve Gonzalez on there. Where's Christy? Steve Gonzalez as a personal representative of the estate of Kaylee Jade Gonzalez. Karen Laramie as a personal representative of the estate of Madison May Mogan. Jeffrey Knoll as a personal representative of the state of Xana Alexia Kernodle, and Stacy Chapin as a personal representative of the state of Ethan J. Chapin. Complaint for damages. Washington State University, a public university defendant. Plaintiffs bring this cause of action against defendant Washington State University and allege the following. This case arises out of the violent assault and murder of four University of Idaho college students by a Washington State University employee with a known history of threatening, stalking, and predatory behavior. Here they go with that same old bullshit. Okay. WSU brought Brian Koberger to Pullman, Washington in the Pacific Northwest. WSU did not bring Brian Koberger to Washington. Brian Koberger brought himself to Washington. So I don't understand exactly what they're trying to say here. They're acting like that WSU brought him to Washington. No, he brought himself to Pullman, Washington. To serve as a teaching assistant in the Criminal Justice and Criminology Department. While he also worked to obtain a PhD with a study focus on sexually motivated burglars and serial killers, Koberger was heavily reliant on WSU, who paid him a salary, provided free on-campus housing, medical benefits, and free tuition, all conditioned on his behavior and subject to being revoked. I just really okay. Thank you, Leslie and Billy. No, Robert, they brought him there. They brought him. They offered. He accepted. Thank you. Yes, exactly. It's a loss and heartache. Exactly. Pullman, Washington is only a few miles from Moscow, Idaho, home of the University of Idaho, and the combined area is referred to as the Pullman Moscow community. Almost immediately upon his arrival to the Pullman Moscow community, Koberger developed a reputation for discriminatory, harassing, and stalking behavior. I don't think he stalked anybody there, correct? Yes, exactly, Christina. The lawsuit is full of lies. Yes, exactly. I think this is just all the spin and all the narrative of the Gonzalveses and the Mogans and the Laramies and the Kernodles. This is all their spin. Instilling substantial fear among young female students and fellow WSU employees, necessitating regular security escorts from multiple females despite receiving at least 13 formal reports of Koberger's inappropriate, predatory, and menacing behavior. WSU failed to respond in any meaningful way and allowed Koberger's escalating behavior to continue unchecked. And I thank God every day that I have a beloved friend and we are polar opposites politically. But at the core, we have the same desires and we have been able to keep our friendship intact. I've got a friend the same way, Philly. I've known him for like 25 years, and him and I, we're the same way. They said he didn't. They said he didn't stalk them. Um, didn't stalk the victims? Yes, I know. They said that he didn't stalk the victims. On November 13th, 2022, a foreseeable and, in fact, predictable tragedy occurred when Koberger entered the bedrooms of four undergraduate students and violently stabbed them to death. These deaths should not and would not have occurred if WSU had acted appropriately. After Koberger pled guilty in July of 2025 to 4 counts of first-degree murder and burglary, various law enforcement agencies began releasing files from their investigations. Those files, together with other information in the public domain, paint a deeply disturbing picture of the breathtaking level of organizational paralysis and inaction by WSU that enabled Koberger over a period of months to stalk his victims and plan and commit these heinous murders. There was no stalking. There was no stalking. You even had Bill Thompson state that there was no stalking. I mean, put a one in the chat if you believe he stalked these victims, because I don't believe he stalked these victims. Before WSU brought Koberger to the Pullman Moscow community, he had a history of heroin addiction and had been arrested for theft and had made numerous posts over a period of years on public online forums commenting about his inability to feel emotion and crazy thoughts. He had been removed from a vocational program in high school because of problems with women, and later local business owners had become so alarmed at his behavior towards young women that the staff kept electronic notes about him to warn female staff when he arrived. Exactly, Deborah. I have not seen one shred of evidence. I have not seen one piece of evidence that pertains to Koberger. He did remain silent close to 27 months. Then he spoke, yes, uh, 4 times pleading guilty. Ask yourself why. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's good to have you here because this is a truth and facts channel. There is such a money grab, but if you're the family and know you're not going to get justice, can you say you wouldn't do the same? I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Philly. Yeah, I think they want to make someone pay. Yeah, exactly. They want to make someone pay, but at the same time, I think they're pissed off at pissed off at the prosecutor because they didn't get the death penalty. Low key, high key. I honestly think that they're really pissed off at the prosecutor because they didn't get what they wanted. They didn't get the death penalty. He also had pursued a graduate degree in criminology, where he demonstrated a particular fascination with serial killers. Almost immediately upon Koberger's arrival to Pullman, the Pullman, Moscow community, he began demonstrating antisocial and disturbing, antisocial, disturbing, and menacing behaviors. In August 2022, early in the semester, a fellow graduate student began leaving her office door open because she believed this guy was going to do something inappropriate with a student. Like, what the hell? And said that Koberger struck her as a stalker or sexual assaulter type based on how Koberger talked to and treated women. Another fellow graduate student described him as a possible future rapist. Like, wow. They are describing him as a rapist. Santa Claus would have made himself and Ashley look bigger fools if they went to trial. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Always hurts, and I hate hurts. This getting old. This getting old stuff is not for the weak. Yep. I think Steve G is prodding them, very possibly. Koberger be pimping. Hey, Gilly, Gilly. Hey, Lisa, if this person's trolling, you have my you have my permission to time them out. But a civil lawsuit would have brought out all the evidence. So why didn't they just go civil? I mean, you had Karen Laramie sue Moscow PD to keep the evidence. Yeah, to keep the evidence sealed. Okay, Gilly. Why would you have Karen Laramie sue the city of Moscow to keep evidence sealed? I mean, I can understand keeping the crime scene photos sealed because we all don't need to see that. Yeah, we don't need to see the actual bodies laying there. Based on how Koberger talked to and treated women, another fellow graduate student described him as a possible future rapist, and Koberger's Koberger's supervising instructor was aware that several female graduate students had reported that they were very uncomfortable with interactions they had with him. Female graduate students also complained that he made them feel unsafe. He was noted to be obsessed with studying sexually motivated burglars and serial killers. Here we go back to that again. This this guy had autism. Are you really gonna label this guy as a potential rapist and weird and odd and everything else just because he had autism? I don't think that's right. Okay. I don't know at this point with hiding as much as they have, they need to be as transparent as possible. I agree with you there, Gilly. Right, Philly. The body tells the story. Okay. Yes, we do it. Yes, we do it. Would tell us a lot more. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing the actual autopsy reports, and that describes the wounds. I say this with utmost respect, and it's absolutely terrible that the windows of 9/11 still asking for transparency. And uh, exactly. Which is- Who is I am the channel elder. I get to ask us questions. Just curious about the name. Is it still Sir name or a something? As anyone will tell you, I address everyone with respect, and it helps to get it right. Uh, I don't mind you calling me sir at all, Phyllis. I mean, you've been with this channel for like a long time, so I don't mind. All I want to see is a full redaction with nothing but the sheath from Nunes cam per paint. Yeah, I would like to see that too. I know on the I think it's either the Snyder or the Smith body cam. You get to see them bring out Murphy. Gunderson is bringing out Murphy. You're okay, Lisa. Hey, Amy, how you doing? You're listening. On multiple occasions and with multiple WSU female staff members and fellow students, the Kohlberger would regularly stand close to their desks, loom over them, and would block their exits from on campus offices. For long periods of time, one female graduate student reported that Kohlberger would trap her in his office and try to talk to her about the Ted Bundy murders. Kohlberger followed several female students and staff to their cars after hours. Multiple female students and staff members were so uncomfortable with Kohlberger's behavior that security escorts were arranged for them after 5. How do they know that he wasn't just trying to be nice and walk them to their cars? I mean, how do they not know that? How do they not know that he was just trying to be nice and walk them to their cars? I'm sorry to hear that, Amy. I hope you're doing okay. Which word, Phyllis? And you're back. You mean been a long week. Happy weekend, y'all. Don't let Dylan see you. You may be charged with uh, that in some instances were provided by professors. In other instances, by WSU Police Department. Certain of these staff members told others that Koberger had been stalking them. I don't believe he was stalking them. I really don't. So, true evidence locker or no deal. Hey, Outcast, what's up? You want to come up for a little bit? I can drop the link for you. That link's for Outcast if he wants to come up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't believe the whole stalking thing because I mean, even with the Bill Thompson said that there was no evidence of stalking. So I don't get where they keep bringing the stalking BS up when there was no evidence of it. Some graduate students reported that they kept their on-campus uh, doors shut in an effort to keep Koberger out, while others left their doors open as a place a refuge for others if they felt threatened by Koberger. In one instance, early in the semester, Koberger so verbally attacked a female student in the classroom that she fled in tears, leaving all of her belongings behind. Koberger was described as very angry, and if he had built up fury or rage, yeah, yeah, I don't believe half this freaking law, half the shit in the lawsuit. Yeah, I don't believe half the stuff in the lawsuit. Yes, Bill stated himself after sentencing phase there was absolutely no evidence, no evidentiary evidence. Exactly, Deborah. Exactly. You're saying that two beds the literally passed away on was no longer evidence. Respectfully, that is a wild claim. Yeah, yep, yep. Robert, after sentencing the detective dude on TV, uh, he said they found absolutely nothing, no reports to back up that the defamation again against BK. The autism is out of rude how he worded it. And we're dealing with some really messed up people. We are. I like that, Lisa. So did Fred and Barney. I mean Payne and his BFF, Fed agent guy. I like that, Lisa. I really like that. From bottom to top. Yep. One sophomore student reported that Koberger had followed her and told her bosses at WSU about the incident. In response, they told her she should not be alone with Koberger. Suggested that campus security should escort her out, and commented that she was not the first to report such problems with him. On other occasions, this sophomore supervisor would take her home so she did not have to walk by herself or take public transportation, and she became concerned about all of the precautions that needed to be taken because of Koberger's behavior. Like, yeah, I'll give her one. You find her. I just got. There you go. New name for Miss Gilly XO. Delicious. Mm. It made you. It made you blind. There is a lawsuit. You're welcome, Leslie. Okay, one uh, on more than one occasion, WSU would stay in a WSU employees would stay in a room where Koberger was engaging with one of their colleagues, out of concern that the colleague should not be left alone with him. On another occasion, employee, a WSU employee, uh, told her colleague to email her with a subject heading 911 if she needed help because of Koberger. On yet another occasion, WSU undergraduate fled into a bathroom to hide from Koberger while she was so uncomfortable with his scary behaviors. Yes, exactly, Amy. And welcome to the Blue Crew. There are absolutely no evidence from WSU to bring into a murder trial with Thompson. They are full of poop. Yep, exactly. Okay. Now we got Destiny's Child stuck in my head, Phyllis. Uh, I don't think you're ready for this Gilly LOL. Sorry, had to. There is no reports of this. It sounds like fabrication. I know, Amy. I know. It feels like they're fabricating the entire lawsuit. Yep. Steve looks like a less brighter crayon in the box again. Exactly. Okay. Robert, you are so kind. Uh, much love. Awesome creator. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. I try to be. Let's talk about the FBI angle. You mean the FBI that was running the case the entire time with the ISP? And that's why I don't think Moscow had a dog in this fight. I think Moscow was just getting information trickled down to them from the FBI and the ISP. Yeah, they fled. Yeah, when this the FBI in the beginning, they're the ones that did the IGG. The FBI did. Eh, Robert, FBI, frats, brats, and international brats. Yeah, yeah, FBI, frats, brats, and international brats. I know, I know. Um, they violated the terms of service with, I think it was 23andMe or if it was another one. They weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to upload IGG onto their uh, basically sites, and the FBI did it anyway. Yeah, you like it, FBI frat brat? Yeah, I do. The state only gets the evidence that they give them. It goes back to Cyray. Yeah, yeah, the same people. Yeah, the same judge that called Cyray a conspiracy theorist. Uh, they can claim all they want. In my opinion, legally, they can't prove negligence, let alone no reports. BK had no criminal records uh, except tickets. Says cell locked in a park once, called 911. Yep. Okay. Let's see. What? What's really good, Homeland? Yeah, the whole Homeland Security thing. You think Green wrote the script? Very possibly. Not him literally developing and training the agencies on the technology he is testifying about. He's not the expert. He's the developer, like W, like what the fuck? Yep, exactly. See, people came at me and my friend when we were trying to tell them about the FBI angle. I know that. I know. Why was Brett Payne listed as the head of the entire investigation? Him in the MPD. I don't understand. I thought it automatically goes to a state law enforcement. Any homicide. I think he was just the token investigator. You know, the the investigator that if they wanted to, they could fall back on as a fall guy. So I think he was lead investigator in name only. That's what I honestly believe. I think he was the lead investigator in name only. Because I mean, if you look at it now, where's he working? He's working as a campus cop for the U of I. Uh, you try to get better, Amy. Okay. Amy, come. Yeah. Feel better soon, Amy. Okay, let's go back to this quick. As early as mid September 2022, WSU professors were discussing the need to do an intervention with Koberger because of his treatment of female students. By September or October 2022, a WSU professor believed that Koberger was stalking people. One student learned that Koberger had photos of her and other female classmates on his cell phone. Here we go with that again. Get you some DoorDash Jack in the box and relax to some Vampire Diaries. Once charges get filed, it goes state court unless federal. Uh, I honestly don't understand why why federal didn't swoop in and do what they did. I mean, they could have charged him federal. That was never vetted. Okay. Koberger's victims were encouraged to stop his behaviors, and a number of them did. The WSU Office of Compliance and Civil Rights had at least 13 formal complaints related to Koberger, yet the individual in charge of acting on those complaints later reported that she had neither met nor ever spoken with Koberger. One student complained that she was unsatisfied with how prior reports about Koberger had been handled, and she did not believe that WSU would adequately protect her from retaliation, but she continued to report her experiences. Like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, that's stalking. Hey, Sky Blue. Yeah, that stalking shit. Yep. Give me the Brian Tallyman. What do you mean by that? Not Fry saying we've had worse, like like WTF. Yep. Uh, but she continued to report experience with the program chair and other faculty, stating that Koberger's actions made her feel unsafe. Um, Another graduate student made complaints about Koberger and was dedicated to copy them to another department at WSU, but she was reluctant to do so because she had bad experiences with that in the past. Like, what the hell is going on with this case? Really? And welcome in Sky Blue. Steve claims that Steve claims there is a Brian K. Talley people claiming about harassment. Yeah, Steve can claim a lot of stuff. Yeah, and that doesn't actually mean to believe freaking Steve G. The fuckery and I just found out Rosie was one who hijacked Murphy. Like it just gets more bonkers daily. Exactly. Okay. Another graduate student made complaints about Koberger and was directed to copy them to another department at WSU, but she was reluctant to do so because she had bad experiences with that in the past. One female graduate student reported that she wondered why people in power in the WSU Criminal Justice Department did not meaningfully address Koberger's behavior. Uh, During one of the several faculty meetings where Koberger was discussed extensively, one faculty member remarked, "Mark my words, I work with predators. If we give him a PhD, that's the guy that in that many years, when he is a professor, we will hear is all we will hear is harassing, stalking, and sexually abusing his students." The same WSU professor believed that Koberger was already stalking people. And I don't believe the whole stalking people bullshit. I really don't. Everything has been redacted to exclusion of some FOIAs that Atlanta has deep dived into, and it's incredible. Yep. He got caught up trying on dirty panties on the way there. There is no proof of any K bar in his apartment. These claims are these claims all not backed up at all by anything. Exactly, Amy. Exactly. Show me the Carfax. LOL. Where is this report of his? I've never seen it. I have not seen it at all. This is one I will never buy. Sounds like a Steve G. Crayon Man. Yes, it does sound like a Steve G. Crayon Man, does it not? Everything has been, yeah. This case is like no other. Definitely a phenomenon for the history books. It's getting close to being up there with Kennedy. Oh, Lisa, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, yeah, all the high profile cases. This case is going to go down in infamy. Koberger's supervising instructor, however, was concerned that removing him from employment at WSU would open the university up to a civil lawsuit from Koberger, thereby elevating the financial interests of the university above the safety and security of students, staff, and members of the Pullman Moscow community. The WSU Police Department is intended to be a critically important bulwark when it comes to protecting students in the community from sexual harassment, stalking, and dangerous predators. However, prior to Koberger being hired by WSU and arriving in the Pullman Moscow community, the WSU Police Department had a long, troubling, and sordid history with tolerating and, in fact, fostering inappropriate sexual behavior in its own ranks and discouraging complete and accurate reporting of such misconduct. In 2007, the WSU chief of police was demoted after an internal investigation found that he had viewed inappropriate emails on his university computer. Forwarded those to other WSU police, and invited them to view them. In 2011, WSU was fined over $80,000 by federal officials because of multiple sexual assaults that were not on property or that were not properly reported. WSU did not dispute the findings of the federal investigation. In 2022, WSU undertook an investigation of improper sexual activities by the WSU police force involving allegations that an officer had sex with a victim in the presidential suite of the Martin Stadium and the WSU Observatory while on duty, and that WSU Police Department leadership did not properly report the incidents. Yeah, you've got cops having sex with college students, or you got raping college students, and they're not properly reporting it. This explains why the victim's family supported Brian's guilt and never questioned. It's giving Mean Girls. Oh, it was Coach Carr, but it was the whole Pullman police had to rework because it. Yep. Oh, I know what you were talking about, Sky Blue. There were numerous reports in Moscow that were never reported. Yes, it's a scene from a movie. But which movie? Thank you, Philly. Parallel federal power in action. I know, I saw it, Philly. Thank you. Parallel Federal Power in Action, the Idaho Student Murders 2022 is a simple guide for for everyday people based only on public records. What really happened? On November 13th, 2022, four University of Idaho students were stabbed to death in their off-campus house in Moscow, Idaho. Brian Koberger was arrested 6 weeks later. He pleaded guilty in July 2025 and will spend the rest of his life in prison. Everyone thought it was just a local murder case, but the FBI quietly ran more than half of the investigation. Who built the case? Local police 20%, Idaho State Lab 30%, FBI and federal subpoena 50%. The knife sheath DNA FBI, the Amazon purchase federal subpoena, the phone records that put his car near the house 12 times federal subpoena. 71 secret federal subpoenas, far more than a normal murder case. Wow. What was kept secret from Koberger's lawyers? Full family tree DNA files. FBI broke the rules on genealogy websites. Necessary and customary info regarding the labs and testing procedures to test reliability. The exact wording and dates of all 71 federal subpoenas. Some phone tower records for months. Notes about Koberger's watching true crime TV about his own case. 60% shared, 40% hidden or redacted. Wow, thank you, Philly. The DNA science fight labs, errors, and Fry rules. Koberger's lawyers tried to throw out the DNA using science rules called Fry. Idaho test is the method generally accepted by experts and Daubert federal test. What's the error rate? In the lab certified, they ask for lab error rates 1 to 5% of mix-ups in IgG DNA. Full certification of FBI Idaho labs. Details on touch DNA reliability, but prosecutors withheld much of it, saying it was investigative methods. The Judge Hippler ruled in February 2025 DNA is okay. No privacy rights in crime scene traces. Lawyers got partial files only after months. Too late for a full challenge. Bar chart, Fry factors. Acceptance high of STR-DNA error rates. Low but hidden. Lab cert, FBI Idaho partial info. Why hide to protect the FBI secrets? But it blocked fair science fights. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Philly. More to come. Hey, Skull, how you doing? As many as 71 sealed federal subpoenas produced potential evidence. Latah County Senior Deputy Prosecutor Ashley Jennings disclosed in court in the case against Koberger, who was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and faces the death penalty if convicted. The materials collected from those subpoenas have all been turned over to the defense, she said. But did they? No. Bless up a little bit. What in the February 19, 2025 order suggests federal involvement or parallel investigation? The order describes that after local state forensics analysis, the SMP profile from the crime scene DNA was initially developed by a private lab, Othram. Immediately afterwards, on December 10th, 2022, members of law enforcement, including the FBI, had a meeting to discuss Othram's work. The order continues that as a result of that meeting, the decision was made to turn the IGG work over to the FBI. The order further states that Othram then stopped additional work and turned over its SMP profile and search results to the state police, and those were then turned over to the FBI, which used the profile to develop a significantly larger SMP profile. And those were then turned over to the FBI, which used that profile to develop a significantly larger SMP profile. The FBI then uploaded the larger SMP profile to multiple genetic genealogy databases, including some that were, per the order, purport to disallow law enforcement searches. So the FBI uploaded it to private companies, basically, that they weren't allowed to upload to. How you doing tonight, Skull? Let's see. The order mentions that the FBI did this under an interim policy issued by the U.S. Department of Justice related to IGG analysis and database searches. The other notes. Yeah, the other. The order notes that no warrant was obtained for the FBI's IGG work, and that the subsequent warrants obtained by state and local law enforcement did not rely on the IGG results as probable cause. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Big Amish. Big Amish knows his ish on this. Yeah, Big Amish, thank you for this, if you're listening. I hope you're okay. Everything is good. Yeah, everyone is getting sick. You know, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not sick yet. Neither is my daughter. And neither my wife. I just heard, "Hey, what about me?" The fact that the FBI took over the IGG effort and developed a larger SMP profile uploaded to databases. Well, wow. The invocation of DOJ's interim policy and FBI involvement to the core forensic genealogy points to a federal interest investigation rather than purely state level. So, I mean, it sounds like the FBI is basically almost took over. Thank you again, Philly. Here we go. Sorry, I'm downloading something in the background, guys. Love me some national security bullshit. Yep. Yes, Skull. That's what you heard. Yeah, my wife going, what about me? Philly, it won't let me open it, and it won't let me download it. Uh, one of my mods, Skull Machai, says that they do care. Huh? One of my mods, Skull Machai, said tell you that they do care. Hello, Foxy Rose. We do care. Also, sharing is caring. Beds, give me the documents. Yep. Hey, Foxy, how you doing? Did you step away for a minute, Lisa? The cars until they come out. They care until they come out. You be careful. I've been with my wife 11 years, so yeah, I know how to run and hide. Oh, that's cool. I can't come up with a word foul enough to describe how I feel about most people in this case. Yeah, I totally understand, Sky Blue. I totally understand. Uh, Flabbergasted is a word. Yeah, yeah, Skull. I'm flabbergasted almost every day. I got a shit list for sure. LOL. It reminds me of that um Eminem song. Yeah, I got yeah no he said I got a list that I fit in or something like that. Yes, another word is horrified, Amy. Y'all come at me. I have receipts. Print that. My dog's the hot cow because he is hot and has a bib as a cow. I inherited him. They better clean out the closet tonight. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. So true. Sky Blue. I'm from SC2. Hey, I'm not a grandpa yet. Well, maybe. Yeah, I am. My oldest, she has 4 kids. So, yeah. And plus, I have a 10-year-old. So, see. Oh, it's from the movie Holes. Thank you, Philly. I'm giving this channel the receipts. Yeah, I'm a quad grandpa. I'm also a dad of a 10-year-old. That's my 10-year-old.
You can come to my birthday if you want.
Okay. Quad ham and not gonna clear a room with a padlock on it. Yeah, her birthday's coming up in like 2 months. In like 2 months, and yeah, her birthday's in 2 months, and she's all excited. All excited. The birthday party's gonna be at Chuck E. Cheese, and she goes, "And my friends are invited." Yeah, I'm there, my guy. Yeah, she my little bundle of joy, and she's also my little my little I want to drive up the wall too. Love her to death, but sometimes I want to, she drives me up the wall. Especially, she'll be 11 in March, and then 2 more years she'll be a teenager. So yeah, exactly. 10 going on 25. Oh, so you're downloading everything um to my Discord. Good luck with that. Wow, don't know how you do it. So glad I'm grandma. LOL. Yep. Thank you, Philly. A free game, Billy. Huh? FAFO. At Philly's special. All sweet. I I have 2 dogs that are more demanding than 2-year-olds. My stepdaughters are all grown up now, 18 and 21. Time really does fly. Yeah, I know how you feel about dogs. I have. a 15-year-old Chihuahua. Her name is
Don't forget about your snake.
her name is Tinker, and I have a 3-foot ball python as well.
Do they know about her pet lizard? About her pet lizard?
Yes, and my daughter has a leopard gecko.
Oh, you little devil, you.
Call him Tink and Ink. Lizard lives matter. Lizards' lives do matter.
I rubbed her nose in it and I spanked her butt.
Okay.
That's why she yelled, because I spanked her butt.
On the Chihuahua, and oh wow, on the Python. Gecko, not to be confused with Geico. um, I've been looking at a few other cases, Philly. I've been looking at a few other. Uh, I'll let you know in Discord what other cases I'm following. All right, Foxy. Me and my my man have a 15-year-old Norwich, spoiled pain, and she's always hated me. Oh, it's totally understandable, Lisa. My daughter, she has ADHD, so, and she's also intellectually disabled. So yeah, I totally understand. Okay, we can cover the Reiner case too, Philly. Just girly things. Oops. What other questions do you guys have for me? Yeah, well, I wanted a boy and it got. I wanted a boy and it got 4 girls. Oldest is 25. Second oldest is 23. She got married this last year. Third oldest is 22, and my youngest is 10, about to be 11. All girls. And then my brother, he has 5 boys, going ranging from 13 down to 6, and then him and his wife just had twins. Uh, one boy, one girl. So they now have 7 kids. Do you think that we can bring this case back international? I mean, we can try. We got several people international covering the case. Hey, what's up? Uh, what's up, Randy? You want to come up for a minute, Randy, and talk? Yeah, I know, Bill. I know, Billy. I know. Okay, that link's for you, Randy. Oh, say hey, say hey, Billy. Hey, hey, Wicca, 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 Wicca. Say hey, Billy. Hey. Uh, good night. Good night, Gurmilla. You doing okay tonight, Wicca? Talk, boo. Taka, 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 taka. Yeah, she is the best. Y'all, my mom's still gaming. I stay a little longer. Yay! But I know there's one thing that I love you, right? I'm real good with music. That's totally cool, Poxy. Wow, I love how you talk about me when I'm not here. True goat. Okay, yeah, you're listening in the background, Skull. Very cool. Yeah, we love you, Gurmilla. Yeah, I always treat my people good. I was just reading some of the comments, and I'm like, I can't hear shit. This guy over here blasting fucking music. Like, what the fuck? I always said in another life, or if I could pick another career, I would love to be a music producer. Yeah, yeah. My daughter's 10, and she loves to sing and dance. Hey, Randy.
What's up?
Not too much. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Nice to see you live. Nice to see you live. I was upstairs just kind of playing some games. I thought I'd jump on YouTube. Told the wife, I said, somebody's going to be on live. Then I see you up here, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was on my pad, which is an older pad. I can't, you can't type on that thing or anything.
Yeah.
So you invite me up. I'm like, oh, well, I can't resist that. Told the wife, I said, see ya. Fix me a drink. I'll be downstairs. And ran down. How's it going tonight, my friend?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
I started out with with a question and answer earlier, and then I started getting into those new docs for the lawsuit that all four families are bringing on WSU, And
Right.
man, I'm reading through that shit, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? They're making up like half the freaking shit that uh they're talking about in it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw some of that on Dago earlier today, and it just I couldn't believe I'm going like it's this crazy. I couldn't really watch anymore. I had to get out of it. I figured I could always look it up myself if I wanted to. What the hell picture is that? I just saw my. All right, that's oh my god, that's in sixth grade. I probably. Holy shit. That's my EJ Corvette drum set. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to listen to you, man. And all the
Yeah,
good stuff you got to say. I'm just now looking into I know Assia Lisa said hello to me. I want to say hello to her, but I didn't get in chat before I ran down here. So what
uh,
else is going on? What did you get out of that mess today?
well, well,
Or you
I started reading it on my lab tonight, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time because they keep bringing up shit about stalking and all this other bullshit, and yeah, and we know we've heard that Bill Thompson come out and say was no evidence of stalking. There was
I know.
there was no connection to the house. There was no connection to the victims. But yet in this freaking lawsuit, which was brought by, I mean, here's what's weird. It was brought by Steve Gonzalez, and on behalf of the state of Kaylee Jade Gonzalez. It didn't mention Christy. All it mentioned was Steve on this
Hmm.
lawsuit, and
Well, it was the same thing with a Kernodle, wasn't it? They
yeah,
it was
yeah,
just the husband, I think.
just Jeff.
Yeah.
It was Karen Laramie, Jeff Kernodle, Steve Gonzalez, and who else? Stacy Chapin.
Right, which was a surprise to
Yeah,
me anyway. But anyway,
exactly. I mean, reading through this lawsuit, first, because it's $100 million per family, so it's a $400 million civil lawsuit, and $100 million goes to each family,
right.
and
Jesus.
yeah,
Please.
exactly.
Please. Why don't you find him guilty first?
Yeah, and see, they're going off the fact that he took this plea deal, and then pled guilty to the 4 life sentences without parole. So they're going. You got the victim's family members going off that, but at the same time, brother, Christie's wanting us all to stop looking at the documents, and
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, why would you want us to stop looking at the documents or through the documents? What are you trying to hide?
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe this is their step forward. Okay, we're gonna do this. This was part of the plan. Get some guy in there and blame him, and then let's go after. Where are they gonna get the money? Oh, they're going after the college. That's right. They're going after college.
Yeah. They're going after
That's not gonna
WSU.
work. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't believe it in a million years. I don't know how much money. I know how much money they're asking for, but how much they really have compared to what Green's going to put out. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly, brother, exactly.
yeah,
Uh,
that's going to be some big time lawyering up there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wonder sometimes, exactly what type of freaking parallel dimension we're in when it comes to this case.
Have you been following it since the beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been following it. I've been following it since day one, man.
day
And
one. Me too. It's crazy. Crazy. I was watching. Well, what was I? I was heavy into the Gabby Petito case, and I think
oh
that really got me into true crime.
Yeah, I actually watched a documentary for the Gabby Petito case.
Hmm.
Like I think it was today or yesterday, and it just goes to show you exactly like how sick and twisted this guy was.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And it had her fooled. Had her fooled for a while anyway, but
Yeah, exactly.
you know, could be the case in this case too. Somebody had somebody fooled. Showalter. I
Showalter.
don't.
Yeah, and, yeah, dude. I totally freaking agree. I totally agree with you, man. Um,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. Just don't think it was Brian, man.
no, neither do I. They're always talking about evidence this and evidence that and da 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 da, and but yet they haven't showed us anything.
Well, the prosecution admitted they didn't really have anything.
Yeah,
There's nothing to show. So, you know, there must have been some reason Ann Taylor turned around and suggested to him, said, look, you want to take your chances or do you want to, be dead? And he probably called his own odds, with what was going on with his parents being hassled and this and that, And the interview with
yeah,
his sister, I mean, they don't believe he did it, you know.
yeah,
When
yeah.
all the
See,
earlier
first,
stories where, the sister said, oh, we had
yeah,
his car cleaned out or checked and all this shit.
yeah. See, personally, what I think is, uh, I think that Ann Taylor was kind of railroaded and backed into a corner by Judge Prickler.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Judge Prickler. Did you say that?
yeah, I said Judge Prickler.
I never heard that. That's funny as hell. Oh my God. I've heard a lot of other things, but that's the first for Prickler. I like that. Can I
Yeah,
use it?
yeah, you can use it.
Hey,
Uh,
Leslie and Billy's in the house.
yeah,
Anyway, so yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Gurmilla says Prickler, my new one.
I know. Must have been the
Um,
first time for that person too.
yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, uh, that he backed the defense into a corner, by basically denying all the motions, denying all the defense motions, and I honestly believe that when he denied all the defense motions, it basically made it where Brian couldn't deliver a proper defense.
Well, yeah, yeah. That was just crazy. It didn't matter what Ann Taylor brought up. Prickler was gonna just like shame her or
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, when I lost respect for him early in this case, but when he called Cy Ray a conspiracy theorist, that was it for me. I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
exactly.
you are purposely being blind or something's going on in your mind. You're trying to get out of something or this or that. But when he said that, it's like, man, like this man has supposed evidence to prove him not guilty. And not only are you not going to look at it, you're going to say, nah, that man's been known as a conspiracy theorist. And he's worked for the prosecution 99.9% of the time, not for the defense.
Yeah, I
But
mean, exactly. Because I mean, he stated in that one hearing this would be the first time ever working
mm,
for the defense.
it was first time. Okay.
Yeah,
Jeez.
because he said about 90% of his time he would work for the prosecution, and in this case would be the first time ever working for the defense. And then you have this judge, yeah, and mind you, Cyray was waiting on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
So he was waiting on a Zoom call, and then you had this freaking judge saying that he was a conspiracy theorist.
Jesus. That was, I'll tell you what, that changed my whole attitude on the case that day when he said that, because I thought, now we're getting somewhere,
Yeah.
kinda, with this stuff. Oh, this is interesting. Si, what you got to show us? And then all of a sudden, no, we're not going to allow that. Jesus, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Wicca said Brett Norton, I believe, is how they got to Brian.
Hmm. Well, you can put that into a pathway for me,
Yeah.
but did Brett know?
No.
Brett?
No. I I don't know if Brett knew. Hey, Cat K. Cat K says hi, Randy and
Hi,
Robert.
Cat K. Hey, it's my girl. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly what Gramilla said. You might want to have a drive test from Pullman to Moscow. This would be this would be the case too. Um, I mean, the whole drive test is freaking bullshit anyway. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, with the advanced timing data. I mean, that was basically bullshit anyway. Because I mean, the last thing I heard, they didn't complete the entire drive time.
Right. Look, they couldn't put that man anywhere near that house. They got no pictures of that white,
No.
what he drives going to or from that house. It just, they shove this case down our ass for some reason or other. And that's, to me, that's the goal right now. Why?
Yeah.
Why? And, for what reason? I think it goes way above uh, green. It goes way above, if I can say this right, way above the cartel. Maybe, I don't know. It just the frats. I'm always one to agree that it's as simple as frats just getting into fights.
Yeah.
It could be not that that's simple, killing 4 people, but people get hot. You know, people get mad. I've been to college. That was a long time ago, but you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I went straight from high school to a job.
yeah, smart
uh,
move. College was a waste of time for me. I quit with like almost straight A's because I couldn't stand Boston.
yeah.
Boston.
No, mind you, I graduated back in 1991. So, yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
Graduated what? High school
Yeah.
in '91.
Yeah.
You are a young man. I almost said puppy, but you're a young man. And it's a
Yeah.
pleasure to be on with somebody so young who, lets me talk at my age. Class of 72, my friend. Class of 72.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and what month would that be?
June.
June. Okay. I was going to say it was August now. I'm going to start feeling strange about that. No,
Uh,
I'm an old man, but I'm an ex-musician. Have had my own production company. I have bands under me, do theatrical productions, that kind of stuff. But COVID kind of fucked it all up for me. Kind of put me into retirement, and I've been sitting around getting wasted since then, just letting the wife work upstairs.
yeah.
But I do my share at home. I collect my
Fox,
Social Security, and I do true crime.
yeah. Foxy says, "Shit, I graduated in high school in 1997."
Oh man! All right, I'm feeling old, man. That's by the way, that's not a recent picture. No, no, man. But I'll be young. I'll be forever young, man. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
just like me when my third oldest made me a freaking grandfather.
Yeah. I got no kids, and I have brothers and sisters. I've lost both my parents, but I've been married the wife now is just 31 years, and that's my third marriage.
Oh, wow.
Well, we just hit 31 years last October. We have no kids. She played in a band with me for years. We made tons of money DJing and shit like that and doing theater on the road. Man, it was great. And our marriage has been great. And now, because of COVID, she got sent home. We had to shut our business down. And now we sit at home all day. And she works and teaches dance. And when she's off, we drink. And when she teaches dance, I drink. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
Can't believe I'm saying
I
this
married.
shit.
I married a good girl. She's, we've been together 11 years, and we just
That's
celebrated
great, man.
we just celebrated our 11-year wedding anniversary on the 6th of this month.
Oh,
And
congratulations, man.
thank you. And she's been my rock through all of this. She's she's very grounded. She's in church and stuff like that, so she's a very grounded person, and
Right.
she's been my anchor through everything. All my ups and downs the last 11 years. She's been my anchor, and I'm really grateful that I met her back in 2014, and we've been officially together 12 years, but married 11.
Right. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I waited 2.5 years before I married my wife, but that's because I went through two that didn't last 2.5 years. So I was a little careful the third time. I was surprised she said yes, but it had a lot to do with the theater and the band thing. I mean, we just understood each other about that kind of thing and making money. Now, I mean, she went to college to teach dance, and she still teaches dance to this day. What is she now? 59, and she still teaches tap to this day, which is unbelievable to me.
Yeah. Uh,
She does
like I'll be 54 in June, and my wife, she's 48. So,
right.
I mean, not that big a age gap,
No,
but uh,
but
she's
still an age gap.
yeah,
Yeah.
still an age gap, but not big as one. And I'm always joking with her because her birthday's September she'll be 49 September next year, or September this year actually. And I'm always joking with her. I'm like, just think, I'm like, one more year, you'll be 50. And
That was a bad one for me. I didn't like turning 50. That one kind of sucked. 60, I just went, fuck it. Sorry, I'm not trying to get your channel kicked off here.
oh, no, it's okay. Foxy Rose says, I love a love story, Robert. So sweet, so sweet.
That's nice of her.
um,
Yeah. When did you start? I don't know when.
I, s- I got interested in the case back in when it happened back in 2022,
No.
and
When did you start tonight? When did you start tonight?
um about 9 p.m. my time.
Oh,
Uh,
which
so,
is where?
uh, in Wichita.
Kansas.
It yeah, yeah. I'm Central Time Zone, so I started about right now it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I started about 9 p.m. my time, and
So, so it's around 11 o'clock there, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and I was
12.
I started out doing like question and answers, and I did question and answers for like the first hour, and then I got into the actual lawsuit documents,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm thinking of because a lot of the shit in there, um, I believe is just made up bullshit.
Did you get
Because
the whole way through it?
no, I got like halfway through it.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I read through it. I read through it complete. I read through it earlier, like completely, and then I just went over and went back over it tonight.
Right.
For my viewers,
Right.
and I got like halfway through it, and then I just couldn't take it no more because I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? Yeah, because
I don't know.
they're trying to make
Yeah,
Brian not to be this like big bad monster, big bad
yeah,
boogeyman.
right. Our kids wouldn't have died if it wasn't for him, and it's
Yeah,
your fault. What? What? I like. It was like one of the very first lines in that thing had something to do with the school, like WSU.
bringing Brian to Pullman,
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah. It's like, no, dude, I don't think it was that way exactly. Wasn't didn't he like you had something up? He went in as a he went in as a student and then was offered the position. He wasn't like out there. They brought him in, you know.
Yeah,
Like, hey, let's get this guy from the very beginning.
yeah,
Well, if that's the case, then you should have known they set him up there, Steve. You know.
yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
redacted doing redacted. Yeah. Hey
oh, hey,
TCU and yeah. Hey TCU. Hey chat. I mean, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, they want us all to believe that he's this big bad boogeyman, and yeah, and how he was, yeah, how he was like, like like creeper vibes coming off of him.
right.
Um,
No, no, Robbie. The thing is, like, he used to grade students harshly,
yeah,
so that makes him a killer. And it makes him a killer because, I mean, he's a teacher's aide. He's trying to do his thing properly, whatever it is, but that's what he was hired for.
yeah,
And I'm sure he was, you know, I mean, look, my sister, oh my God, my wife went to DeSales University also. All right. Now, she went a little bit before he did, you know, but there was not a bad word about him in DeSales, to my understanding.
no, there
You know
wasn't.
what? And then all of a sudden he comes to WSU and he's an asshole. I mean,
Uh,
the man went through heroin. He's gonna be a little he's gonna be a little strange, eating, stuff out of the pots and pans. I can't use the same pans, mom, or whatever,
yeah,
but if you want me to make a few notes about this dumb shit that I do have said or done in the past, well, don't put past me to be
yeah.
a quadruple murderer.
Yeah, I don't believe he's a quadruple murderer, like at all. Um,
I
I,
don't
I'm
think he could. I don't think he has the body to do it.
no, yeah, no, and if you think about it, um, one guy, like one lone guy, going into a house with six people, and at four, and they say at four something in the morning, which I don't believe it was four something in the morning. Uh,
Mm,
Not knowing if somebody or all of them are up and walking around or doing this or doing that. Um,
right. It's
like
just
seriously.
where, man, I don't know. The people use what he was studying against him,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they were talking about, I guess, the stuff found on his phone. Although that's what he was studying. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
they're
I
trying
mean,
to use that against him, but yet that's pretty much what he was studying. That type of how killers, whatever, how they
yeah, I mean,
kill.
yeah, DeSales University, DeSales University, it was part of, it was part of a group project that he put the survey out, like right before right before he graduated because he was needing that to graduate,
Right,
and he put this survey out as a group, and then and they're still talking about that to this day. Well, he was he was obsessed with serial killers. He was asking him this and asking him that. It was
Dude, I
part
thought
of
it.
the freaking project.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty ballsy actually to do that. You're trying to actually talk to convicts and stuff like that, and hey, what are you doing and get in my business? It's none of who knows,
Yeah,
but it makes sense to me, that he would take a survey like that, being
yeah.
what he was studying. And yet I think it's kind of ballsy that he would do that. I don't know if I would have the balls to put a survey out like that. Who knows where it would lead?
Yeah, I wouldn't have the balls to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd
um,
look at my teacher. Go, you want me to do what with what? You want me to do what with this? Yeah, no, thank you.
hey, Philly, we're talking true crime here, not NBA. So
It's okay if it talks
I'm kidding.
NBA.
I'm kidding. I'm
Uh,
kidding.
in
Uh-oh.
oh no, she's talking to somebody.
Yes, I
NBA,
know that. I
yeah,
know that.
NBA said, "Tell me who you
I was
root
trying to
for."
throw somebody in chat off because they do that to me every now and then.
Strawberry baked bean mixed plate at Sky, but I'm an Arthur's Bryant gal. Okay.
Ready?
Foxy Rose. She goes, he got my attention. Now so sure he want not so sure he wants it, but he's got it now.
Uh-oh.
Billy goes, I know nothing about NBA.
It's not a bad ad.
You want to start? Let's go.
Ooh. All right, Philly, what you got in mind, young lady? Get up on panel, girl. We'll talk. If that's okay with our host.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm actually getting ready in the live stream.
That's
Uh,
good because I need to go to bed.
but hey, thank you for coming up, Randy. I always seek you out in the chats because I consider you like a brother, and you've been nice to me since day one, since I first came onto this platform, and I just want to say thank you.
Well, man, I want to say thank you to you too. You always say hello to me if I miss you when we're in, chat somewhere or whatever. But I appreciate you bringing me up on channel. Sometimes I just love to talk. It was one of those nights, and I don't want to scare anybody away. But thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, Randy. Anytime, and I've considered you a friend since we met on Tommy's channel. I just wanted to
Uh,
tell you that.
uh,
Yeah, I know. I still think about him too, man. I really I do. Every day I wake up and I ask myself, what would Tommy do?
well, I thought about starting my own channel, and I actually put word out to a couple people that I was going to do it, and it was just I really wanted to revolve around Tommy, but yet
Yeah,
I don't I don't I don't know how to really do that. Uh, I mean, I'm not stupid. I could, I mean,
yeah, I know.
I could definitely stream without any problem. It's just that it's just the right way to do it. And I found a song which I know I want to use is like the
Yeah,
opening, but I don't think it's a legal song to use. So that
yeah,
sucks too. But
yeah.
anyway,
Philly said you should, and she said it's easy. The music I use in my intro is through Sono.
oh
Sono.
yeah, just hooked up with that today, believe it or not. I've got $55,000 worth of equipment
Yeah.
in front of the computer and do it all on the screen without having to hook up all this crap I got,
Yeah.
and run it through, a 16 channel board and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, Outcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want a shirt over there. And it was a little hard to get, but it finally got to me. It got here about 2 weeks ago. And it's, names me as like the number three, whatever. But then underneath it says RIP Tommy Jude. And dude, I fell apart when I saw that. I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting, an outcasher with his logo and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But then it had my name on it and then it had that underneath, dude. I broke down, man. That was just such a, I mean, people knew how I felt about Tommy.
Yeah.
You know, I
Me and
followed.
Outcast, we actually did a show a couple of nights ago.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, yeah, he came onto my channel, and
Cool.
we like really hit it off, during the live.
That's
And
great, man. Is that a first, huh?
yeah, it's my first time. It's my first time ever having like 400 people watching me,
Wow.
and I had like at the end I had like 84 likes. And I went to check my analytics today.
I'm just
And
pushing people for likes.
huh?
Yeah. But 400 people, man, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, because normally the people watch me is like maybe 20, like 10, 20. And yeah, it was the first time I've ever had like that many people watching. And I went to check my analytics today, and it's sitting right now at 638 views.
Wow.
That live is, and it's still like ticking up.
Yeah. How the hell did I miss that? Oh, well. You guys, I don't know. Like I said, I thought about starting my own, but there's so many good people. Not so many. As a matter of fact, there's only about 3 or 4 people that I actually watch, but or get in on. But yeah, man, that's good news, man. Not see now. I ain't gonna start a channel. I can't get 400 people to watch me save my life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, I was shocked because, yeah, I've never had that many people watch one of my, never had that many people watch one of my shows, and and a lot of the people that you see in chat, like Philly
Right,
Special, I made a mod that night. I made quite a few people a mod that night because
right,
of how many people was actually in the chat that weren't mods,
right.
and
Yeah, you got to trust your mods, man.
yeah.
Absolutely. I know.
Yeah, and like Billy's telling me right
Was,
now,
and I got on this. I got on this panel a lot. Yeah.
yeah,
She said, "What?"
uh, yeah. Uh, Foxy says we love you, Robert, and then Billy says, yes, you can. It depends on what you, and then kind of cut off.
Your
But
content is.
huh?
Your content is. She said further down.
Oh,
Says yes, you can. It depends on what your content is.
yeah,
Oh, okay. I see what she's saying. Yeah, and that's the question. It's got to be. I mean, there's a lot of true crime people. I don't feel like trying to step on toes.
yeah,
And I have a channel. I mean, I have a channel, Soft Touch Productions. So I also have
yeah,
one called Life Critic. But they don't have to do with true crime or anything. But I've got a couple followers because I said I was going to start something. So I don't know. We'll see. It would be more fun to start something and bring people like you up.
yeah. Like
Excuse
there's
me.
a okay,
I'd rather be like a moderator, and
yeah,
have the other people like you or Dago or, of course, if Tommy was around, Tommy up, just let people talk because, I'm a producer, you know. Uh,
yeah,
I produce music. I've directed plays and musicals. I've written musicals. And I just, kind of like to be the director, in charge. But I'd almost rather listen to people more than throw I'll throw an opinion in every now and then, but I'd rather it be something that where people can speak their minds. But I think there's a lot of channels out there like that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, um, because I mean, there's been several people that really loved the live that me and Outcast did the other night,
Hmm.
and they asked me when is the next time him and I is going to go live together. And I'm like, well, I said I don't know, but I said I am trying to work on it. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on setting up another live between me and Outcast because I felt that night that we had very tremendous energy together, and we did put on a really good live stream, and there was several comments in the comments section that said me and Outcast make a really good team together.
That's great. Man, that's a hell of a compliment, man. And I like Outkast, although sometimes I can't hear him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It seems like sometimes this mic is too low. But I don't care. I want a T-shirt, and I'm proud of it. But seriously, oh shit, what was I just gonna say? Damn. Um. Anyway, so when you open your show, what do you have? You got some kind of opening music,
Yeah,
something?
yeah. I do have an opening. If you want to stick around for the closing, I can show you my outro video too.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
All right.
And do you do that yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, with what programming or what?
Uh, and no, I use for the music I use Sono.
Oh my god,
And for the actual intro videos I use Canva.
what is that called?
It's called Canva. Um,
Canva.
yes.
Hmm, cool. And Sono, oh my god, I just Dago just told me about that today. I can't believe I'm that far behind. That you know, I
Yeah.
haven't heard of that because man, ever since I looked it up and kind of started playing with it, I've had a million freaking
Yeah.
Sono ads coming to my whatever I'm on. But cool, yeah, I will definitely listen to it. Let's
All right.
go.
All right.
James Moen. Hey, James Moen.
Hey,
I'm
James
sorry, I'm
Mullen.
not trying to. Yeah, he's a
He
good
called you
man. I
Randy
like
for
James.
real.
He always does. He always does. Randy, for real. I've heard that growing up.
All right.
My
Everyone have a good night. Um, I'm going to drop my Discord link in the chat for the mods. So if you want to click on the link, I'd like to have a mod meeting after the show. Um, no, I just got to get to it now.
Thank you, Robert, for letting me up tonight, sir. You're,
Yeah. Don't mention it, man. You're welcome up here anytime, man.
you're a gentleman. It's too bad I can't sneak into your Discord.
I mean, if you want to sneak in my Discord, you can. Okay, there's the Discord link for the mods. If the mods want to go ahead and click on that, and here we go.